What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt Cavill with Gunna Punch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury. Tyson Fury states once again, the mind games continue. Wilder is broken mentally, and I'll ruin him quicker in the trilogy Inside 5. The WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury is not going to take the blame for the recent delay, as we know. He says that this is what he had to say. He says the only person whose movements I could completely control were my sparring partners who change. They came in and out of the bubble, and everyone knows this town is full of COVID. I suspect we caught it from them. Okay. Mentally, he's broken. I destroyed him last time in 7 rounds, and I will ruin him quicker next time. Inside 5. He knows that if we fought 10 times, I would win 10 times, Fury says. So those are the words of Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury. And my counterpunch to this is, Fury is wanting to assure everyone that he's not scared. And he will destroy Wilder. Wilder is the one mentally broken, and it will be over quicker. Let me counterpunch. I don't 100% believe that. Why? Because Tyson Fury, okay, I talked about 5 this morning. I was on a panel and really early this morning, and what ended up happening was I was in a debate with a guy, and he was saying that Javen, which is Javon, but his name is Javen Sugar Hill, said that Tyson Fury got sick before. Okay. I will go live and we'll talk about this more, but I was trying to let him know that it didn't matter when he felt sick. It mattered when he was diagnosed, and what the standard protocol is when you get sick. When you get sick and you get, hey, I'm tested positive for this, then you quarantine 10 days. Tyson Fury didn't do that. And since he didn't do that, it's not really one of those believable factors that we believe he even fucking had COVID, because he didn't do the proper things, knowing that he was sick, knowing that he tested positive. Why didn't he do the protocol? Neither did Joseph Parker. This same guy on this panel was saying that, hey, Joseph Parker tested positive too, but he was at fucking Conor McGregor's fight with him and Poirier. So none of these guys were acting sick. So if they weren't acting sick, it's feasible to think that these guys were maybe lying, and they weren't ready. So with Tyson Fury, back to him saying, hey, well, I'll beat Wilder, and Wilder's mentally broken and this and that and the other. Well, okay, if that's the case, why did you postpone the fight? He could have opted, I'm ready to fight. Let the fight come. Don't postpone shit. Let it happen. That fight could be tomorrow. If he had confidence that he was okay, that he was going to smash Wilder and then 5 rounds and this, that, and the other, right? If he was that confident, why would he, want that to be postponed, knowing that, okay, you couldn't have it next month for reasonable reasons. You couldn't have it the month after that in September because there was too many big fights, Canelo and Joshua. But so then you'd have to opt to have it in October. So if you knew it was that far out, you should have just had it in the scheduled date, knowing that you just tested negative and you were cleared. So you were cleared to fight. The shit was 2 weeks away. If you were ready, you've been training all fucking year anyway, right? So what did you need? If you were that confident that you were going to beat Deontay Wilder. So it's hard to believe that Deontay Wilder is the one mentally weak when then you supposed to tested positive for COVID. They pushed the fight back 3 months. Then you walk around and doing all types of other shit you have no business doing. How are we going to believe you? Why would we believe you? Okay, that's the problem I have with Tyson right now, because it's hard to believe that Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury, is that confident he's going to smash Wilder and it was out of his hands and I can't help this, that, and the other, but then you just tested negative. And I know they tested him early because people were like, dude, you're walking around. Why are you doing that? So they tested him to make people chill to show people that he no longer had it, but then yet 6 days before, because the 9th he tested positive. On the 15th they tested him again, which didn't make fucking sense. Okay, it did not make sense. 6 days later you test him. Why would you test him if you know the protocol is to quarantine yourself for 10 days? I know. Guess what? He didn't quarantine for 10 days. Okay, so I don't even know why they tested him anyway. I don't care when he felt sick, or he was feeling sick days before. It didn't even have anything to do with it. Based on the protocol, you could have COVID from 3 weeks to a month. So at least quarantine for 10 days, which he didn't do. So it's easily for someone to not believe him. That's what I'm saying. This has nothing to do with conspiracy. It has everything to do with common sense. So when I hear Tyson Fury say that, hey, he's mentally broken, he's this and that and the other, but your team is the reason why this fucking fight is postponed, it gets me to thinking, who's mentally what? But anyway, that's my counterpunch on that. You guys tell me what you think about Tyson Fury saying that Deontay Wilder is mentally broken. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunching. Peace.